Hi friends, today we're going to study about varnishes, liners and bases. Let's get started. Let's discuss about the varnishes first. What are these? What are its contraindications? What its uses, etc. Now varnishes are the solutions of resins such as copal or nitrated cellulose contained in organic liquids like chloroform, alcohol, etc. When applied to the tooth, the solvent evaporates, which leaves a porous resinous film that may be 1 to 40 micrometers thick depending upon the product. At least two thin layers should be applied to produce a continuous coating, otherwise small pinholes may occur. A brush or a small placket of cotton may be used as an applicator. Varnishes are insoluble in the oral fluids. Now, what are its uses? It reduces the infiltration of irritating fluids through the marginal crevices and lessens the pulpal irritation. It prevents the penetration of corrosion products of amalgam into the dentinal tubules and thus reduces the tooth discoloration. When applied, it can also prevent the galvanic shocks. It is used as a coating over GIC and silicate cement to prevent the dehydration. It neither have strength nor it provide the thermal insulation. It is contraindicated in composites as it can interfere with the polymerization process. It is also not used with the bonding agents because it can interfere with the adhesion. Next in line is cavity liners. Let's discuss about that. Cavity liners are suspensions of calcium hydroxide in water or in organic liquid. The suspension may be thickened with methyl cellulose or ethyl cellulose. Some liners contain fluoride too. Hard-setting calcium hydroxide, SEDOE type 4, and GIC liners are placed in thickness of 0.5 mm. Calcium hydroxide is the chief ingredient in most cavity liners and cement-based materials because calcium hydroxide is antimicrobial. It has elevated pH, that means it's alkaline in nature. It stimulates the formation of secondary dentine over an injured pulp to protect it over the long term. Calcium hydroxide liners are commonly used for direct and indirect pulp capping and as a dressing after vital pulpotomy procedures on the primary teeth. MTA is also a newer cavity liner material that forms calcium hydroxide as it sets. Now, what are its uses? It serves as a barrier. It neutralizes acids as it is alkaline in nature. It induces the formation of secondary dentine. It seals off the dentine from influx of microorganisms and irritants from the restorative procedures. It is soluble in water and can disintegrate in oral fluids, thus it should not be left on the margins. Now let's discuss about the cavity bases. Now in contrast to liners, cement bases are applied in thicker layers, that is more than 0.75 mm beneath the restorative materials to protect the pulp against thermal injury, galvanic shock, and chemical irritation. Zinc phosphate and ZOE cements are the most commonly used cements. Other commonly used bases are polycarboxylate and fast-setting GICs. Cement bases should be strong enough to withstand the forces during the placement of fillings and mastication forces during the service. Now there are two kinds of bases, high-strength bases and low-strength bases. High-strength bases provide the mechanical support for the restoration, while low-strength bases provide barrier for the irritating chemicals. High-strength bases provide a thermal protection for pulp, while low-strength bases provide therapeutic benefit to the pulp. Some of the high-strength bases are glass ionomer, hybrid ionomer, and polymer reinforced zinc oxide eugenyl products or putty-like consistency of zinc phosphate or zinc polycarboxylate cements. They have high strength, moderate modulus of elasticity, and low thermal conductivity. Some of the low-strength bases are calcium hydroxide, glass ionomer, and SEDOE type 4. It has minimum strength and low rigidity. Now here's a table of different cements that can be used as liners and bases. For zinc phosphate, it always requires a cavity liner due to its low pH. The risk of low pH can also be minimized by mixing it into a thick putty-like consistency. Varnish should be applied to the cavity walls before applying it as a base. For GIC, calcium hydroxide liner should be applied first. It can be used as a base for posterior composites, ceramics, or composite inlays and onlays for crown buildups when adequate tooth support is available. In case of compomers and hybrid ionomers, they can be used as a base for composites but not with ceramics. In case of direct filling gold, the cements that can be used as liners and bases are zinc phosphate, zinc polycarboxylate, and GIC. For resin-based composites, calcium hydroxide and GIC can be used. For amalgam, the main cement that can be used is zinc phosphate. Other ones are ZOE and calcium hydroxide. That's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please like and share it and subscribe my channel. Thank you.